Hello, my budding economists. Today we have a very short video for you outlining the main differences between the H1 and H2 economics syllabus. So, if you're still stuck between choosing or you're currently considering dropping from H2 to H1, here is some useful information. First up, if you want to see the full version of the syllabus documents, these are available online. You can Google the subject codes 8843 for H1 and 9570 for H2. Or you can pause the video here and scan the QR codes to download these documents. The first thing that we need to consider about H1 and H2 is the difference in assessment. One of the key differences is that the H1 students will only sit for one paper that consists of two 40-mark case study questions. The H2 students, on the other hand, have to sit for two papers, the first consisting of two 30-mark case study questions, and the second consisting of 6 essay questions, of which you have to choose 3. One often overlooked fact is that the weightage of these two papers are not equal 50-50. Instead, the essay paper bears a heavier weightage of 60%, which means that those who are not the strongest at essay writing may want to take this into account. The other difference then is also the overall timing of the exam. The H1 paper is done in one sitting of 3 hours, while the H2 papers are done separately, with 2.5 hours each. Now that we've understood the differences in assessment, here are some of the topics that only H2 students will learn. Everything that H1 students learn, the H2 students learn as well, so these are the topics that are excluded from the H1 syllabus. The first would be that in the topic of demand and supply, H2 students will learn additional concepts of income and cross-price elasticity of demand. In the topic of market failure, H2 students have additional 3 sources of market failure to learn about, namely asymmetric info, market dominance, and factor immobility. In the broad theme of microeconomics, there is one entire topic of market structure and firms and decisions that is not required for the H1 syllabus. This is usually considered one of the more difficult topics in the H2 syllabus that many students struggle with due to the more technical nature and complicated diagrams. In the area of macroeconomics, the H2 students are required to learn a model called the circular flow of income, and they have one large additional topic regarding globalization, trade, and global cooperation. So these are the main differences in the topics and knowledge that are required between H2 and H1. Finally, there's one last thing to consider in your decision making. For batches graduating in 2025 and beyond, the university admission score for local universities has undergone a change. This quote here shows how the change was reported in the media. A simple explanation is that your H1 score is now optional. If you take 4 H2 subjects, your weakest H2 subject will be converted to a H1 for the sake of the overall calculation. What this means for you is that you don't have to worry too much about scoring very well for your H1 subjects, and you can feel a little bit freer to take subjects that interest you, even if you aren't extremely confident in scoring for them. So I hope this video gives you some clarity on the differences between studying economics at H1 versus H2 level. Do leave any questions you may have in the comments and we'll respond to them. With that, thank you for watching and goodbye.